Good morning, welcome back. I'm Martha and this is my kitchen. It looks a little bit different if you've been here for a while, and that's why I haven't been around. We've had a lot going on in the last 2 months. We've been making some plans behind the scenes and we made a very big move. So let me go back for those of you that are new and give you a little bit of a background. So the reason why I'm making this video now is because 1 year ago, our lives kind of got turned upside down. And if you've been around a little while, you know what I'm talking about. If not, let me tell you. So let me set the scene a little bit. We're sitting at breakfast, me and the two youngest kids. And my daughter says, "Mom, someone's in the driveway," which was not terribly unusual, but not typical. So I figured it was just a salesperson, like it typically is. And I hollered out the window, "Can I help you?" And he says, "I'm the new owner of this house." Why that was such a big deal and threw us for a loop was because we had lived in that house, a rental house, for 9 years. We had talked to the landlord. We knew each other fairly well, and we had told him, if you decide to sell the house, just let us know. We'd like to buy it, possibly. And he said, "Okay, I'll let you know." That was in around 2020. So then, of course, housing prices are going up and up and up. And in the beginning, like January of 2024, he says, "I'm going to have someone from the insurance company come out, take a look, take some pictures," and it just didn't seem right. So we asked him, "Is this actually a realtor? Are you selling the house?" He said, "No, it's just the insurance company." It didn't feel right when the guy came out and started taking pictures. I figured this was a realty company, but I didn't think a lot about it. The only thing I had to go by was his word, and it's his house. If he wanted to sell it, that's within his rights, of course. It just would have been nice to have a heads up. So fast forward to August of 2024, and that's when we get the surprise that the house has in fact sold. So I start talking to the guy. I'm blown away. Half of the conversation is a blur, of course. And the rest of it, I just remember pieces. Now, he did ask us when our lease was up. I said we don't have a lease. At the time, we had been month to month for several years, probably about 8 of the 9 years that we had lived there. And he says, "So your lease is up around the first of the year?" And I said, "No, we don't have a lease." And he didn't say anything more. I did ask him if he intended to sell the house. He said, "I don't know, probably not. I'm going to send you an application. You fill that out. We'll probably just sign a new lease with you." So we did that, and we didn't hear anything. So that was in August. September, we didn't hear anything. And we're thinking, okay, we're just going to sign a lease with the guy. And then in October, right on my birthday, my husband pulls a letter out of the mail pile because he's a truck driver. So when his mail comes, I put it in a pile, and when he comes home, he goes through it. So on my birthday, he's going through the mail, and there is a letter that says that you have 30 days to get out. But below that, it said that we didn't have to leave until December 31st. Okay, that's 2 months, less than 2 months at that point. Shocking. We got over the shock. We found a place. Y'all fell in love with it. So did I, but I knew that it was temporary. And I tried to reiterate that without giving too much away. When we were signing the lease, the lady said, "Oh, by the way, this is a 6-month lease." We hadn't even thought 6-month leases existed anymore, but we were in a college town. So I guess it kind of made sense. So that made us start to consider our options. We had been thinking for years about moving back to our home state. So at the time that all this happened, we were in southern Kentucky, and we had been there for over 9 years. So we moved into a beautiful rental, temporary rental, and we knew it was temporary. And then we started just thinking, what could we do? We have dreamt of being snowbirds. For those of you who don't know what that means, it just means a person who goes somewhere in the north during the summertime and somewhere in the south during the winter time. A lot like a migrating bird. Excuse me. So we just started thinking maybe we could do that. So we started looking in our home state where we could buy a place, but you know, the market's a little tricky right now. So then we came up here in June and we started looking to see, well, is there a rental that would be a month-to-month situation or a 6-month lease or something like that that we could get, that we can afford? Because as everybody knows, prices are higher than ever. So we did end up finding one, and we went back home around June 4th of this year, knowing that we were moving. And we started packing up, and on July 1st, we hit the road, drove 500 miles to our home state, and that's where we are. And now we are looking for a home. We probably won't travel this year. It's just too soon after such a large move. And you know, finances are tight. Plus, we do not want to pack up our whole entire house and move down south just like we did moving up here to the north. So I'm not crazy about that idea. My husband's like, heck no. We're just gonna have to stay put and find a place to live. Find a place to buy, so that way we can have a home base here, and then we will go down and look for where we want to be, because we're not sure where in the south we want to go yet. The north was a no-brainer, so we moved up here and we're looking, and you get to go on that journey with us. Also, we are not in a situation where we can have a garden. We are in a mobile home park, so that limits what you can do. And the exciting part of that is we get to figure out together, how can we live the same kind of lifestyle that I had when I was able to grow 90 to 95% of all my own vegetables, like I did in our rental house that we had for 9 years. So what can I do? And starting tomorrow, or actually this evening, my mom and I are going to go to a farmer's market, and I plan on taking the camera with me and just taking little snips of what that looks like, what we get, and how I am canning and preserving, even though I don't have a garden, because I know that's the reality for a lot of us. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. As you can see, my kitchen is a lot smaller. It's a rental, so the purple countertops, unfortunately, is my reality for right now. But that's okay. I'm so thankful to have a roof over our heads and to be near family. It's been amazing to just get to hang out with siblings, to walk in a grocery store and run into a family member. That doesn't happen in 16 years. It's been a very, very long time. So I'm excited for you guys to go on this journey with us and explore and learn alongside me as I figure out how to do all the good things that I've been doing, just a little bit differently. So if this is your first video you've ever seen, I hope that you subscribe. If not, thank you for coming back and just watching me. I know that I'm not any kind of famous cooker, baker, whatever you want to call it, home cook. It's just me in my kitchen and getting up to some fun and messy things. So have a wonderful day.